Okay, hello guys. What is up? Let me search stream on TikTok. Let me just make sure that on Twitch I'm streaming to the right Deadlock, because there's a ton of different like options for, when you choose the game. So I just need to make sure. Deadlock. Yeah, it's the right one. Okay. Let's go. Sweet. We have all the lights, decorations on except for my skylight thingy. So now we are fully good. Let's put my thing up here. Let's turn on the TikTok chat. What is up, TikTok chat? We can just watch some YouTube for a little bit. Let me just make it so you guys can hear.
Prototype. Hi, how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another
Alright, change my account. Also, thank you guys for 200 subs on YouTube. I don't know if I'm gonna do like a special video or like a thanks video, but definitely gonna be streaming a lot for this last week. The only thing I really have planned for this week that's not that I have to do, that'll take time away from streaming, other than like, chilling, watching YouTube and like not streaming, is I'm gonna go do golf on Wednesday. I'm still gonna probably stream that day a lot, but I might also have to hit the gym that day. Well, I'll see, because that day is legs, but we don't buy, we don't use a golf cart because they're just so expensive. So that'll probably be good enough for my legs. I'll do some like, I don't know what they're called. What's it called? Calf raises, I guess, just like on my way there. Something, I don't know, because yeah, that'll probably be good for legs. And then Thursday I'm getting a haircut, which is gonna be really nice. But I think other than that, that is everything. But a haircut won't even take that long, like an hour, because I do have to drive a little bit. But anyways, we're going to be watching Making Blade look top tier with the brand new buffs and Marvel Rivals. Okay. Well, look, my face cam is in the way of his face cam, but
How's it going,
that's
everybody,
okay.
and welcome back to another Marvel Rivals Blade video. I am bringing you a banger of a game. This one was really, really fun. Since the Blade buffs have happened, I've been kind of trying to...
Yeah, I did play Marvel Rivals for a little bit, and then I low-key uninstalled the game because I wanted to play, I think Valorant's probably a better use of space than Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals also takes up just so much space on my PC, so it's one of those games where it's like, if I really want to play it, I'll just, make a little bit of space and then download it. But like, if I'm not like, in a Marvel Rivals arc where I'm like consistently playing it every day, it just is not worth the space on my PC. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want, how much is it, like 80 gigabytes or something, just sitting there, on my PC if I'm not going to use it.
Explore this character a little bit more and see how far I can push him and see if
But I
there's
did
more
play
than
it
just, like, what I was doing
a few
before
days ago,
and
then I had to
I've been having a lot of fun. This was the first day of me testing out being a bit more aggressive on the character, and it's been working. I've been having a lot of fun. Even the games that I'm losing, it doesn't really feel like I am the direct reason why it's going by badly because of the character. And I think that the buffs have actually done a great deal in getting rid of a lot of the holes that this character had. He still has some ways to go. I don't think he's top tier, but I do think he's a lot
Yeah, I
better.
did play before when I played Marvel Rivals, like the last season of Marvel Rivals. It was a while ago, but I basically only played Blade and like Human Torch and maybe like a tank if I had to fill or something. But I would just play him, so I kind of like lost like my feel for like what's good because I was just playing Blade and he was like apparently like off meta, pretty not that good, but yeah, he's the only person I was playing, so I was like, oh, he's pretty good, but yeah, I didn't play any other DPS characters.
Better.
So
So if you were enjoying these videos, then please go ahead, like, and subscribe for more Blade
I
content.
do really
And
like
I'll
his
see you guys later.
playstyle
Have a
though.
good one. Later.
I think it's really cool to have a character that has, you know, both a gun and a sword that's like viable. Like I feel like in Marvel Rivals, a lot of the characters either have a sword or a gun, right? And it's just that. Like I can't even think of any other characters. Like, you know, like Magic, she's a sword, but she has no gun. Right, and it's like that's what I kind of like about him is that he is effective at both like mid range to really short range, right? And he's really effective at both because you could just play gun and you know it might not be the best because there might be some opportunities that you miss out where you could get a lot of value with your sword, or you could play sword and maybe it's a little bit worse than just playing gun, but like you know what I mean? He's like, you know, both of his ways of attacking are like good enough. So you have to like kind of combine them and learn. That's part of the learning curve. And his anti-heal I really like too.
Size that too? They're done too here.
Also, yeah.
Mag anti. Uh-oh.
Like that's the thing, bro, is whenever I watch like a Marvel Rivals video, it like makes me want to play it.
Nice.
But then when I hop on and I play it for like 2 hours, then I'm like, okay, that's enough. And then I'll like delete it.
She's anti. We can kill here. Nice.
Not TP, so we're good.
Nice, nice.
That's one thing I do think that like because Blade has the two different modes and like the anti-heal and stuff, it's like really hard because you don't want to make him too overpowered because you know he just has so much stuff that like you know in pro play the amount of damage that you get from his gun, his sword, the anti-heal, the slow, the like sustain that he gets from his vampire mode life steal, like you know what I mean, in the hands of someone who's really good with that, with his kit, he's probably really good. You know, especially with these changes, I want to see if he gets like, you know, bumped up on the tier list.
Not bad, not bad at all. Okay.
And I wonder if he's like maybe like A tier, but people just aren't really like playing him or don't know how to play him. Because right here you can see he's like going like 8 and 0.
So just do whatever feels natural. What's up, man?
Right, and they don't know how the like changes have changed him.
Side behind.
Yeah, I see you. I'm gonna pull in this mag though. Mag's completely out of position by the way.
Side dead.
Mag can die.
Do whatever feels natural to you, Groot. I'll play off of it.
I can go.
Ooh. His ult also, I feel like.
Mag dead too.
I feel like he just has a really big skill cap because, but if you look at his abilities, you have his block, which for a second blocks all damage, I'm pretty sure, and blocks all like status effects like stuns, Jeff ult, you know, everything that like a Punisher turret or like Soul Bond would block. His dash, really good. You kind of need to like learn when to use. If you're on his gun and you do his dash, it slows someone by like I forget how much, but it slows them pretty well. And if you use his dash when you're in his sword form, then it gives him anti-heal. So, you know, also knowing when to go in, when to not, because he is kind of like sort of a dive. You know, he does have lifesteal and ways to sustain his block, which blocks 80% damage when you're holding it. I think his block is his like most underrated ability. Yo, YYC Eisen, thanks for the like on the live. Anyways, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? He only has a few abilities. But with those few abilities, they're really high skill ceiling, and you can do a lot if you're really good with them.
I'm chilling. Good stuff.
Oh my god, he's so mad.
You know, this playstyle change that I'm doing, playing more of like an actual dive, it feels really good. Let me see if I can't get a free kill. Punisher done?
Like, see, that was just his gun, and you could see, like, it. He didn't even need to use his sword. I mean, if he used his sword, it might have been a little bit easier, but, like, still look at this. 1, 2 shots, uses dash, and then melee, and then, I mean, he didn't need to use the dash or the melee. I mean, the dash was probably to close the distance, but, you know, like 3 shots, and they're dead.
I just lose that fight. All good.
Well, their backline died. They're down 3 here.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys might actually be able to win this, low-key. You have numbers, no?
Oh, she got
Ooh.
pulled. She would have died. That's tough.
Oh, good, all good, all good. Just reset.
I don't know. Like, this character's actually good. Like, I'm sorry. Like, dude, he feels so good. Like, so damn good.
Bro, like, this is making me want
The
to
changes- the
reinstall
changes
Marvel
are great.
Rivals.
The gun, especially, is
Hold
just
up,
so
hold
much
up.
better.
Let me just look at my storage. Storage settings. 78 gigabytes free. I kind of have like nothing that I want to uninstall. This maybe? Yes. There's so much bloatware on my PC, just like all of the like Microsoft stuff. I also hate the like programs that like don't uninstall the old versions when you like update it. They just install the new version also to your PC. So then you like look and then you have 3 of this like same program and you're like, you know, and it's the worst because like you don't know if you uninstall one version if it's going to mess with the like, current version. Yeah. Like, why do I have so many of these? Hold up, guys. I'm just making space on my computer, and then maybe we could download Marvel Rivals. Oh, I also have Marathon. I haven't played that in a little bit. but I'm pretty sure I can re-download. I can maybe uninstall it. Let's go to Steam. And hopefully we'll have enough space. Is it like 86 gigabytes or something? Marvel Rivals 98. Okay, we'll uninstall Marathon for now. That's 21 gigabytes. Okay, yeah, so now we have barely enough. Do I have any videos that I could delete? Boom. And then I have to go to my recycle bin. Recycle bin. Empty recycle bin. Yes.
I'm loving like off angling and stuff like that.
I think that's why Blade is such a good character, because he has that pressure. You know, he can like this guy's saying, you can go off angle and your gun does a lot of damage, right? So he applies pressure to like supports and stuff. It's like, oh, he's doing a lot of damage, maybe let's try and like kill him. And then he also has that like pressure that he can dive you and self-sustain a little bit. And he also has 2 dashes as mobility to get away. Yeah, like that. Disengage and then right back to shooting them with his shotgun.
So I have.
We have 80 to fatal. Magno self bubble. Magno self bubble. Mag has no bubbles. Mag has no bubbles at all.
Okay. Can I get into?
Go in the back.
No,
Oh.
I couldn't see because of the ult. Tough scene. Also, like,
Let's both support outside. We can just
I think that the ult changes to everybody in the game make this character feel better because his neutral was way better than his ultimate was.
Magno, no bubble for.
Psylocke dead.
That's a pick. Pick.
Okay. Throw up top. Okay, we don't have Druid ult for a while, so I can pop ult here.
You gotta punish this throw. He's just stuck in the back. Sorry, frozen.
You brought out this, yeah.
No, I got shotgun. My bad.
One.
All right, we have Invisult here. They popped a lot for that.
You gotta walk out. Where's right here? I see him. I'm gonna go get him real quick.
Back in the game. Judge, jury,
Oh no.
executioner.
Or like one. Or it's still one shot. I can ult right after.
Oh, and I think I forgot that, where if you look, see here, he has like so 5 seconds till he gets 1 dash, and he blocks, and damage from your block restores. See how now he has only 6 seconds until his another dash.
Feels.
Oh, nice. He gets there. And it's just like this resource meter, which is pretty decent. Right? Like, you just need to, like, disengage for, like,
Got her.
4 or 5 seconds.
I'll take that.
How you liking the blade
They're
changes?
TPing, they're TPing.
Oh, go. Magno self bubble. Got him.
Nice.
Go.
That's also one of my favorite things when there's like a support ult or something. So you can just spam your melee form without like, you know, having to worry about like disengaging or like anything like that. Like when he's in,
Go.
is it his Luna ult here? Yeah.
Got him.
See, and he can just like
Go.
deal so much damage, get so much ult charge.
Look, Mag. Nice.
Like he does more damage than
Good stuff.
magic when he has 10 of his charge. It's not even hard to get like
No, I killed him at first.
his like attack speed charges.
Let's go. What's up, Emerald? How you liking the blade buffs? Dude, I love them, man. They're so good.
Yeah.
Genuinely. I actually feel like this character can solo carry now.
They're on
So
triple
for real.
yes.
With the gun changes? Oh yeah.
He does have ult.
I lagged out, never mind.
Yeah, so you can kind of like pull aggro.
As good as
Two top left. They're gonna die.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it blocks like 80% of all damage.
I took one.
Got her.
Yeah. We're down in
It's like that was a good slow where he,
Go. Deadpool going.
when she was trying to get the health back, he used his slow. But she couldn't.
Nice.
Yeah, try to keep me up here.
Oh, I didn't know I was dashing into it. My fault.
Cause see there, he kind of like, he pressed his block. See, but even if you use it for like half a second and you just use like this much, it still goes on 3-second cooldown no matter how much you use. So you didn't have it back. See, but if you had it back, you probably would have been able to survive or at least get healed or something.
No, I was dashing into it. My fault.
You're good.
Feeling fantastic.
This magic said, Luna, I own you, and she's 10 and 6, by the way. Like, what?
You appreciate the heal.
Coming.
We have him is- We have worse though. We gotta kill him. Nice, good. Magic on point.
Yeah, see there, it's like,
Going after
it
the
gives you
top
that
line.
little bit of survivability, like, you know, not to last forever, but just so that you can wait, like, you know, have your supports look at you and heal you. And the anti-heal on those ult's great.
Did he grab our Luna or no?
Yeah, I think so.
For all my ult, I can't post yet. No, we lose that then.
It's winnable. We got an extra.
Yeah, it is.
Super good push.
The current score is 2-0.
It's already hard to react against a good VP. I mean, they might add Quicksilver. I don't know. I'd love it if they did,
like,
though.
lag spikes, or is it just me?
Not really. I'm getting like some issues, like whenever I go to headshot somebody, but that's it.
Yeah. No, I had that
Green
death
Goblin,
on the
War Machine,
bridge.
She-Hulk. She-Hulk would be good. Nightcrawler too.
My side, I didn't dash into the wall, but
Miss
apparently I
Marvel?
dashed into the wall. So.
Ms. Marvel would be cool. She's in Tokon, I'm pretty sure. The fighting game coming out.
Follow my lead. Or don't.
snack time already?
Magic behind.
You're going. Let me peel for it. Oh, you play front though.
Yeah, they're still in 3 DPS.
Okay, let's switch
Yeah.
to this video. My Marvel Rivals is at 20%.
So I know I said I wouldn't make a hyperbait video, but the rocket is so underrated that I have to make a video on it. And I'm actually not going to play hyperbait. This deck is what Muhammad Light used to push to #1 in the world just a couple of days ago. And I do think that I'd rather... Since
Bro, it's so annoying because every time I try and do like, you know, just like not normal hair like this, right? Like, it's so annoying because it's always like this little bit that's like on my nose and like gets in my eyes sometimes. Hold up. Right, because I feel like I could run this hairstyle. Just, you know, once I get shorter hair.
Power of the rocket mainly is the focus of this deck. I figured there's two different like rocket decks absolutely taking this. There's hyperbait and there is, of course, there's other decks too, but I'm talking about the two main ones is hyperbaits and drill. And I figure I'm gonna make a bold assumption here. The developers are gonna rub a couple brain cells together and they are going to make sure that hyperbait gets nerfed because it has been dodging nerfs for months for literally zero reason. I don't really understand why it's been dodging so many nerfs, because it is one of the most unenjoyable things to play against in the entire...
Yeah, bro, hyperbait has been like meta since like end of last year.
Really broken, but it has been
even like November, I think.
So, oh, he is. Okay. He has Earthquake Golem. Okay, that's you don't see that every day. Let's go into the snowball once she spawns her next pair of bats here with the bomber up top as well to chip away at this Night Witch. And then I think I'll use the ability here to pull the eye drag over so our bomber can kill the golemites, and that way we might be able to actually kill this inferno dragon here. Oh, doesn't look like I'm gonna have to knight to drag this, but that's fine. Look, Earthquake Golem with the Dark Goblin. I didn't even think to factor that in. This is gonna be one hell of a game. Oh my god. Okay, I will send in this Goblin Drill again. I think go with the Bomber Fire Spirit this time so I can...
So one of my favorite things as a coach is right after a patch hits, because there is a big open opportunity to figure out what the new broken stuff is. And you can also potentially find a leg up on where you think the game is going to go and then act to maybe counter that. So obviously there's a fairly impactful patch because Yoru got nerfed, Sky got buffed, and we have Lotus and Fracture entering the map pool. And in this video, I just wanted to quickly explain a couple things about a character that I think is probably maybe the most underrated character in the game right now, which is Vito. I feel like because the entire community seemed to focus on double duelist meta being like the only way to play the game. Everybody kind of...
I feel like he could be a really good character to play, like to main. I mean, he doesn't have any like flashy abilities, but his abilities are really solid and really consistent. Like he has his teleport, which especially on Lotus allows you to play B and then teleport to any site to help. Of course, his trip is a trip, helps on defense and offense, like watching flank. His anti-util, really good on some places. Like, you know, if you can place it behind a wall where it can't be destroyed, especially because it blocks util, so they can't use util to destroy it. They sort of have to wait it out. And then his ult, of course, is he doesn't get hit by any abilities. And then he like effects like stuns, concuss, flashes, grenades, stuff like that.
About Vito. And so I wanted to just take you guys through some of the things that I think are really good with Vito on Fracture and Lotus, because I think both of those maps are places where you could consider playing him in the current meta. And one of the first things that you should absolutely be doing in every single freeze time is using the teleports. It's a little bit hard to tell whether teams are doing this or not, because the broadcast never shows the actual freeze time. But if you are not familiar, Vito's teleports are usable, fully usable during the freeze time, and you can pick them up after using them.
Yeah, that's underrated.
This allows you to essentially be in two places at once. on the map. So just to show you how efficient you can kind of be with Veto, I'm going to do it like this, where I'm going to throw a teleport right off the bat. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put my interceptor for tree because I think they're going to hit tree. And then I'm going to run back over here, find my teleport, pick it up, take my second teleport, pick it up.
Oh,
that's all the way over on C by the time the barrier drops.
Okay.
Now this is what is.
Oh, and he was even doing it with the timer. I didn't even notice that.
By the
I mean, then you only have a little bit of time to
now,
buy.
this is what is called being extremely
Or did you
busy
buy?
during the freeze time. So you probably don't want to be doing this all the time. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're going to get super exhausted of having to be doing a million things at once. But just the sheer potential to do stuff like this is very, very strong in this game. Now, let's talk about a little bit more basic stuff. One thing I'm always going to look for when there's sort of like a new map / agent interaction, whether it's a new agent comes in, a new map comes in, or a map comes back into the rotation that hasn't been played by an agent before, is just kind of looking at like the shape of his utility. So for example, with the teleport, with the crosscut, you can see that if I put a teleport right here, it's okay, but it doesn't actually give me the best coverage, right? Because like, let's say I wanted to play like this, like I'm a chamber. Then to actually take this teleport from a safe spot, if I wanted to tuck here and teleport, turn and take the teleport, right? It's not going to work out very well because I'm actually going to have to like go this way and turn and put myself in danger to actually take this teleport. But if we put a teleport like this, then I can do this play that I want to do. Maybe I even just throw my interceptor out here or something like this at the beginning of the round as I cross, and then I take this line, and then I take my shot, and then I can teleport to safety from safety. Also, it's always good to have sort of double purpose for all the utility that you use when you do a setup like this. Interceptor there, cross to this spot. Okay, nobody's coming. I'm going to pick up my...
But see, like, even though he's not a duelist, he still can be played. I mean, I guess same with chamber, but you know, you still can get kills and stuff. It's like, why is there just a giant hole like right here where there's like nothing? Like, bro, why is my... There we go. Is that better? So now there's like a hole here. See, like, what? Oh, let me look at my phone. Check that's good.
Interceptor, and then okay, they're coming B, and boom, I've already made the rotation to B, so I'm here ready to fight. So it's sort of like a double purpose thing that allows you to take an aggressive line and also cuts off half of your rotation across the map. I haven't seen enough sort of like fast rotation teleports being used by teams. Usually when you see the teleports used, you see a lot of stuff like this where there's like a teleport here, maybe there's a teleport like this, and then the player who's playing Veto just kind of plays in like a regular spot, and you know, maybe they chase off the angle, and then they have like two different options of teleports that they could take, which is, it's fine. I don't necessarily hate that, but I also think one of the most powerful things that you can do, kind of like what we saw with Yoru and Neon, is beating those rotation timers. And with a Veto, you can do stuff like this. Again, let's say we spawn in here, and just right off the bat, I'm going to throw a teleport like this, and then I'm going to go play on C. And the idea behind doing something like this is now if I just want to play C with my one teleport, let's just, I don't know, put it here, and we'll play kind of aggressive in this position. Maybe we throw our chokehold up here or whatever it is, and then we come out here and we're playing, and then there's nobody. Okay, they're going A. Now I can actually teleport here, and then when you're trying to rotate across the map, one of the most dangerous things is always crossing sort of like that mid space. It's like this on Abyss. It's like this on all sorts of maps where if I wanted to make this quick rotation to A, my options are to sort of take the risk of coming across here, making noise, and maybe allowing their lurker to catch a timing here, or it's to take the safe route and rotate through spawn. But most of the time, rotating through spawn is bad because it effectively kills your character for, you know, however long it takes you to rotate. You're totally off the map. You can't respond to anything anywhere on the map, and you're just running through spawn as if you're dead until you get to the location that you're trying to get to. So instead of having to deal with that, again, we're going to put our teleport here. We're going to take our aggressive position here. Okay, they're actually going A. We can quickly teleport here. And then, because we pre-place this teleport across the map and across like one of the more dangerous gaps to cross, we can instantly come here. And then we don't even have to worry about exposing ourselves to the B rotate. And we're just already here in time to make this rotation to A. There's one other mechanic that I really have not seen basically anybody using with Veto that I think is potentially like the highest value thing that you should be doing with this character. So this trip is incredibly versatile because it's a thrown projectile with the same arc as a Viper Orb. You can stick it on top of things and you can throw it really, really far. So let's say at the beginning of the round, there's 5 people spotted outside of C. Instead of me having to like run up and take this line, I can literally just throw my trip all the way to the choke point, and then I can just go stack, right? And I don't even have to take the space personally, but now we have like a very, very advanced warning if the other team comes back here. So being able to aggressively take space with your trip without having to actually risk yourself or even move there necessarily is incredibly good. And, you know, if we want to get real crazy with it, again, using the example of, let's say we've spotted, you know, 5 people at C, there's probably some lineup that we could find where this trip is just going to come all the way over here and land behind them, right? You know, maybe we could land it right here. And we don't even have to move, but we've suddenly just totally contained them in this area of the map because we saw a bunch of people on C and then we just tripped behind them so that we know if they come back or not. That is incredibly powerful, guys. That is so strong. And then on top of that, because this functions like a Viper Orb in terms of how it lands on stuff, you can actually stick it in all the places that the Viper Orb could stick. So there's a lineup that makes it land like this, and this will trip people, or this will catch people as they come out of the door. And there's basically no way to break this, right? You literally have to come all the way out and turn around and shoot it. So the most important part of this ability is the range. And you can see that the range, the detection radius, detecting enemies, is 6.58 meters.
Wait, does it tell you if it like detects?
9 meters. So that's like a bad sort of ratio, right? They can always see it before it detonates, but it's going to be hard for them to see it if it's in places that they're not expecting, right? So many Vetoes are just throwing their trip on the ground, right? And it's so easy to deal with, right? I can just peek out. I'm out of range right here, 11 meters away. I can see it right here at 9. It's not going to hit me.
Yeah.
So this is a useless trip. Like it'll get you a tiny little bit of value, but it's basically useless. But if your trip is above a doorway like this, it's way, way, way more valuable. But you also have to keep in mind that detection radius, because if you put this too high, let's say if we put it up here, right? And then I come down here and I ping the distance of this, 6 meters, okay? So 8 meters. So this is kind of like right on the edge of what's effective. This is not going to detect anybody because if you ping this, right, even though the circle seemingly would allow you to trigger this, it's too far away. 7 meters is too far away. The radius doesn't work. So there's a lot of places where you can do cool stuff with trips like this. So, you know, a place like this. This is not going to be broken by anybody. And as they come through the door, 4 meters away, even if they come over on this side, 6 meters away, this is still going to catch them, right? So as soon as they come through this door, they're stuck.
How is it
And again,
30%
there's so
done?
many little nooks and crannies that you can stick this trip in, that the possibilities are essentially endless. You can really spend a huge amount of time just walking around the map, finding all these crazy little spots. Barrier.
Okay. We also saw harbor one.
Drops. We have a
Valor analysis. According to rule. According to data. Oldest. Popular. I think he's probably just gonna talk about harbor out. He has like so much.
It's actually
Vision
insane that an
denial.
agent can do this. In one click of a button, I can smoke all the way across the middle. I can smoke top ramps to stop aggressive ramps pressure. And I can stop main
Harbor on
with one
split.
ability. And it takes about 2 seconds for it to land. I think one of the biggest problems that people have with playing agents that are a little bit more complex in this game is that if there's no really basic pattern recognition, it's hard for people to kind of understand what they're looking at. So, for example, when you look at Harbor, you see, okay, he has an orb smoke and he has a wall. What other agent has a wall and an orb smoke? Well, Viper, right? Viper is the only one that has these two abilities,
But he's just
or
better
similar
than
types of
Viper.
abilities.
And
And so people just equate Harbor to Viper, and that's wrong. This agent is nothing like Viper. And that very basic misconception is one of the biggest problems with people understanding how to use this agent correctly. So in today's video, I just want to kind of explain the general play patterns of how I would use Harbor if I was building comps with it, and try to explain what this agent actually is and why he's good. So the first thing that we have to do is we just have to redefine his abilities a little bit. Obviously, the orb smoke is very similar to Omen smoke, but it has a little bit of extra nuance. Number one, it lasts for 19 seconds with a 30-second cooldown, and that's great. It's a great entry point. It recharges, and you can place it exactly like you would place an Omen smoke. It's the same size as an Astra smoke, I believe, or the same size as a Viper orb, essentially. Now, one of the biggest problems I see people have with this ability is that you only get one of them, and it can be broken if you put the shield on. And really, there's two things that I have to say about that.
Don't put the shield on.
If you want a smoke, don't shield it. It's that simple. It's just a 19-second smoke, and if at some point somebody starts spamming you, yeah, you can put on the shield and then cross the angle, and then if they break it, you're good, because you use the smoke for its intended purpose, and it probably saved you from maybe being spammed. So it seems pretty useful to me. Now, obviously, you only have one of them, and so how do you use this smoke? Well, you use it basically like any other smoke that recharges that you would use for defaulting. So, for example, let's say I want to take mid control. I'm going to smoke off either male or I'm going to smoke off vents. So let's just go ahead and smoke off vents so that I can scale up into mid. This is exactly what I would do if I was playing Astra. This is exactly what I would do if I was playing Omen, or really any other smoke. You know, people might say like, well, what if you have to smoke off multiple angles? And the answer is that realistically, if you have to use 2 smokes in your default, you're probably not doing something correct anyway, because
Or you
if
just
you
use
use
the
both
wall.
of your smokes in a default, let's say you're playing Omen and I were to smoke off this, and then I were to smoke off this, well, now the other team knows I can't go anywhere until my smokes have regenerated, because I don't have any smokes.
Yeah.
The vast majority of the time, people are not using both Omen smokes to start a round, because it just
And because he has a pretty short time, like downtime on his smokes, it's pretty good to use them early in the round. Right? Because how much is it? It's like 30-second recharge, and it lasts 19 seconds. That's like 11 seconds that you don't have a smoke down.
doesn't make any sense, and it makes the round really, really easy for your opponents to play. Now, with Harbor, you actually can go somewhere if you use your smoke, because you have another form of smoke in your wall. And
Yeah.
so if I default like this, and then let's say I actually want to quickly go ahead and speed up into B site, well, I can still do that because I have a wall, and I can wall off, you know, however many angles I want. It's going to wall off stairs. This is going to wall off spawn.
Yeah, his wall, I think,
so it's
is
as if I actually
really good.
had 3 smokes available to me. And 3 smokes is something that only one character in the game has, and that's Brimstone. So
Oh.
I want to make that comparison now. And let me just kind of explain where I'm going with this. So Harbor's wall does not regenerate anymore. And this is probably like the #1 complaint about this agent is, oh, why does he only have 1 wall? You only get 1 wall. He doesn't have enough utility. This 1 wall is bad. Well, you know who else's smokes don't regenerate? Brimstone. If Brimstone uses all 3 smokes in 1 second, he has 19 seconds of smoke uptime, and that's it for the entire round. They don't come back. Nobody complains about it. So I really want you to start thinking about Harbor's wall as Brimstone's 3 smokes. So another great way to kind of hammer this as Brimstone's 3 smokes. So another great way to kind of hammer this comparison home is to actually just go to the map Bind, where Brimstone is played all the time and is obviously a very good agent, and just kind of look at how people might attack the site. So a fast Brimstone execute on Bind might look something kind of like this.
Right here.
Maybe we molly this off, and then we're going to smoke 1, 2, and 3.
Holy smoke.
Nobody can shoot us from top truck. We smoke off this angle. We smoke off this angle. And we come and we plant the spike. Let's say that we've got showers control. And if you're playing Harbor, it's going to look pretty similar. Throw your smoke, top truck, all the way across. And this time you actually get the added benefit, if you want, of having this smoked off. You've got top truck smoked off. You've got this smoked off. And you've got this smoked off. So
Yeah.
it's basically the exact same thing as Brimstone, except you have 1 more angle to the smoke if you want. Or if you don't want lamp smoked, you could always come throw it like this. Is going to accomplish the same type of thing. And so essentially, Harbor's wall is just functioning the same as dropping all of your Brimstone smokes at once, right? It just gives you a lot of coverage all at once, super, super fast. So you can quickly hit the site, get the spike down, and move on to the next phase of the round. And even though Harbor is not Viper, he's not a lurker, he's not supposed to be played like that. Let's just say that we wanted to pull out a random Viper round on Bind. Let's say we wanted to contact into lamps, for example. Maybe it's an eco round, and we're just trying to do some sort of like old school Viper tech. Well, we can do a fairly similar round just by throwing the wall immediately. We can put our smoke here, and we can just walk up behind our wall and our smoke. We can maybe even shield this in case we're worried about getting spammed. And then let's say we have like 5 people ready to pop through, jump in, take this fight, take lamps control. And so we've essentially just played a Viper round, even though we don't
Oh,
have
wait,
a
check my
Viper round.
balance shot.
And it's that type of creativity that I think makes Harbor so cool, because he allows you to play a lot of different types of rounds that you can kind of take from different types of agents. Let's just say, for example, that we want to smoke off garden and get the orb control. Brimstone's going to burn a smoke like this. The team is going to scale up, take control of the orb, maybe fake some pressure A, and then we want to actually hit onto the B site. Well, now Brimstone only has 2 smokes left, and so when you go into the site execute, you're going to have to decide, okay, are we smoking off hookah and CT? Are we smoking off elbow and CT? Are we smoking off close and just trying to plant super fast in the front of site? These are all choices that you have to make when you're playing the Brimstone. Let's look at that similar playstone with Harbor. So in this case, we're going to use our Cove. Let's say they have an operator, and so we don't want to get, shot trying to scale up B long. So we'll put our Cove at the top of B long. And in this case, we're going to continue to scale up here. Maybe they try to spam us. We can react by putting up our shield, get into the Cove. Let's say that we
Let's see, what do we have in my shop?
We get the orb control, etc. We have
Really
control,
bad.
just like
Prime
we did in the
classic.
Brimstone round. Now
I
again,
know you guys can't see this.
we do have to
Neptune
kind of make
hook.
choices. Do we want to smoke off elbow, CT? Do we want to smoke off hookah, CT? Let's just keep it simple. Let's smoke off elbow and CT. Smoke here. We're going to smoke off CT. And then we're going to drop a smoke here. So now we have everything smoked off. We've essentially used 1 smoke, 2 smokes, 3 smokes, maybe even 4 smokes, and then the 1 smoke at the beginning of the round. So we've essentially used 5 smokes here. whereas Brimstone might only have 3. And if we wanted to
Okay,
go
continue the download of
smoke
Marvel
off
Rivals.
Hookah and CT, we can also do that. We just have to cross into this corner so that we don't slow our teammates when we try to scale into the site. So yeah, that's another thing that people always complain about is, oh my god, his wall slows his teammates. It's so bad. Well, all you have to do is just position a little bit differently most of the time. So we'll just
Yeah.
execute smoking off Hookah and CT in this case. So Hookah smoked, CT smoked, and then we just have to watch elbow. Or if we have that other smoke up, we can always go ahead and do this.
Whoa, what's that?